Oh wait, no, maybe I do. Why did it tell me that then? Oh wait, no, maybe I do. Why did it tell me that then? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it popped up and it was like permissions
Oh
to
wait, no,
talk in
maybe
this
I
one.
do. Why did it tell me that
Can
then?
you hear me? And then we can talk. So I don't know if you changed it or if it just lied to me.
I don't know. I just dead ass don't know.
Okay.
I think we're good though. Like this, it seems like we are live. It seems like I just need to wait for like the little delay, but this should work. Just
So,
double checking everything because I'll share my screen to you right now. That way you can watch it in real time.
okay. That guy was a ping demon. I literally couldn't land a punch on him.
um, you'll be okay, Golf.
Oh no, it's fine. I worked out. All right. Oh, I see. Watch stream. Okay.
Yep. That way you get this in real time, and then the YouTube gets the little delay. But that way we can talk without there being a delay, and you can see. Um, actually, I guess you won't be able to see me drawing.
Okay. I'll just take that your drawing will be amazing.
I mean, maybe there's a way for us to figure that out. Hang on. Actually, no, I can just do it. It'll look kind of awkward, but I can do this side. Because I don't care if you see everything. So now you can see, like, me
Oh, I see.
drawing, right? Yeah.
Are they gonna see this on the YouTube or just gonna see,
They'll see the drawing on the
but
YouTube.
not okay.
They won't, and they'll see the footage. So this screen right here is what the YouTube sees.
Mhm.
And this is just what I use to draw. And then this is chat, so I can see if anybody pops in. I doubt anyone will. But yeah, that should work. How bad is the like YouTube delay? Okay, let's see. The first fight I pulled up is Orchard versus Valentine.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go through like the footage that I have. But yeah, this is what the YouTube sees, and this is what the video will look like as well. So, um, yeah, I guess if you want to give like a little background of who you are, that would probably be helpful for something like this, so it doesn't just end up sounding like we're talking out of our own asses.
Okay. Should I just talk at any point or?
Yeah, no, just I mean, like we're live right now. Like the
Oh, I see.
conversation will get
Okay.
recorded into a video. It's literally just like podcast format, exactly as you would think of. So if I ask you a question,
All right. I got
just
to
like
work through the nerves, but I'm just kidding. Okay. I guess I'll just introduce myself as Gelf, because only certain people get to know who I really am. Um, I have roughly 9 to 10 years of full-on competing, so in the amateurs, from 10 to 18, 19, somewhere in that range. I started boxing from 9 to 19, and I have somewhere over 100 fights. I actually don't have my book, so I don't have an official record. But I fought all throughout California, especially Northern California, for a long time. And I went to the U.S. Nationals 2 times back to back, so I was state champion. Um, and then on the second time, I got a bronze medal. So that was for men's junior nationals. So I wasn't facing everybody, but I would say that's probably the peak of my career. And then I retired as an amateur boxer and went to college. And now I have a PhD in cell molecular biology and doing basic research at a science level.
yeah. For those of you who don't know, I'm Fish. I have much less experience Um, like it's probably fair to say like maybe a year, if that. Um, in boxing, I have like a hodgepodge of a bunch of other different martial arts that also don't really amount to much. Um, I have been like using VR to train for quite some time now, and I've always watched boxing off and on throughout my years. So not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm good at picking up insight. Uh, Not necessarily that I'm able to replicate it myself, but pattern recognition is a very different thing than being able to do it on your own. But yeah, I mean, we can kind of just get right into this.
Yeah,
Um,
sounds good.
Unfortunately for this, I fucked up the recording because I'm an imbecile. So this is like the end of the first round. But you
Oh, I
can
see.
see right off the bat that there's a huge height difference here.
Yep.
Valentine is like 6'3" or 6'4" or something ridiculous, and Orchard is like 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, I fought Orchard in the UBA, was the NA versus U, so I'm aware of his style. Luckily for us in the TCL, he's focusing more on technical boxing because the man can be a demon if he wants to.
Yeah, and I mean, to Orchard's credit, like he has a few years of experience of
Oh yeah,
either MMA, like he's posted bag footage, he's posted pretty much everything else. Like I've seen some of his sparring footage somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Like when you watch him on the bag, he's doing the exact same thing in game, for the most part, at least with TCL. I've seen him do like arm punchy stuff to win, but like it's VR.
yeah.
Everyone's done it at
Valentine's
some point.
yeah, Valentine's also posted some live footage, so he's
Hmm.
also has I don't know his exact background, but I think he has like background in doing
Kickboxing or Muay
boxing.
Thai. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's recently switched to boxing,
Hmm.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's complaining because, or he was complaining at one point because his coach was like telling him to do different things than what he had learned, and he was having a hard time. But like
Yep,
right here, immediately you can see the range difference.
yep. Yeah, and they're both trying to set their range and tempo, so them going back and forth is just trying to time each other.
Yeah.
And I think Orchard's getting a little bit better of the exchanges. I think Valentine's letting Orchard get close.
Hmm.
So when Orchard comes in close, either pivoting out and throwing straight punches, kind of like that, um, or just catching.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it here. Like he's doing like one step forward, one step forward. There's I know it doesn't feel like it for like Valentine, but there's opening for punches there. Like
Yep.
he should be throwing something to keep him from coming off of him because like you're seeing it in like these last four exchanges. Orchard gets up close, he throws two or three punches, and then Valentine is like then throwing one punch instead of using his range.
And even if you're not throwing, you should be fainting.
Yep.
If you're not fainting, you should be moving.
Yep.
There's always something.
His hands are like always like right here. Oh, why is that not working? Oh, that's why. His hands are right here.
Yeah.
Orchard looking at this like one, this is open. This is
Yep.
open. This is open. But he knows that if he throws from here, it has to come like this direction.
Hmm.
Or it has to come like this direction. Which means if he holds his guard here, or if he moves at an angle, which he was kind of doing on the entrances, like he's gonna be fine. It kind of looks like a mess. I need to pick a better color.
To his credit, Valentine is trying to maintain his system to some extent. There's a lot of moments, yeah, where he could be punching
Yeah.
or painting, but I do. He is trying to set his range, but and the third person isn't always the best um, for speed. So sometimes in
Oh
game you're
yeah,
moving a lot faster than you are in the third person.
there's definitely like a spectator delay. Look at how terrible this like eraser tool is.
I'm just watching you struggle.
Like what is,
You,
why
you,
is it
you
like
use
smearing this?
you
There's
use permanent marker on the whiteboard. That's what happened.
there's gotta be like,
I mean, it's gone.
oh, is it? Wait,
Yeah, I don't know. Did you like?
let me double test something. That is so weird. No
Yeah.
clue.
Okay.
There's gotta be like a hotkey or something there. Maybe it was.
Oh yeah.
I
Maybe
really
you
should have
clicked it.
troubleshooted this before.
Well, luckily, I think we're at the level that early on, I think these things are fine.
Okay,
Oh, there's a
yeah,
clear button.
yeah, that's what I just found. Okay, excellent, thank you. Because that eraser was dog water. Okay, anyways, back to the fight. Um, yeah, he's not being active enough. That's a summary. And like his
Yep.
defense is good. Like you can see him like moving around punches. You see Orchard going to the sides, kind of like what I just talked
Hmm.
about. But Valentin, like in the moment, he's not firing back, which means you
Yep.
can dodge 4 punches, take one, but you don't have any answers, so you're down in damage.
Yep. There's things he's doing well, so he is taking good angles, and he,
Hmm.
like especially on the escape, on like circling out. But yeah, again, the offense the biggest difference.
Yeah, and in a fight like this where they're both respecting each other enough, they're probably not gonna get like a random knockdown
Yep.
if they're gonna keep fighting at this pace. And they're picking it up a little here because Orchard is kind of figuring out both Valentine and that he's not firing back, so he can get away with more.
Yeah, and Orchard, much like similarities to Coach Dave. You want to keep them off with something. If
Yeah,
you let them just come close, they're just gonna knock you down or hurt you.
yeah,
But the thing that's what I like about the TCL is it's not that there's a lot of gaps in the volume, but it's skilled gaps, and they're both filling the time with quality. It's not just hooks the whole. Certain leagues they would just be nonstop hooking, and someone falls because of ping or luck.
yeah. Um, I know this looks like a very high volume fight, but it is very, excuse me, very technical.
Yep,
Like,
and they're both escaping well,
mhm,
and Orchard's cutting off well. The his guard is good. Valentin's only weakness is just the amount of offense. And to be fair, part of that is Orchard putting on pressure and
yeah,
closing the distance.
yeah. Like when they get out to range and Valentine can throw,
Yep, he
some of
went.
his shots are getting stuffed, to be fair, but like he is 100% at the advantage, and he's 100% both naturally, physically, and skill wise. I think.
Yep.
But I mean, I like if I'm Orchard, I'm not. Oh no, I suck at recording. Oh no, don't show this.
uh,
Um, but yeah, like if I'm Orchard in this situation, because I like to get up close too. Um, like I'm doing the same thing. I'm not letting him fight at range.
and you saw just like 10 seconds ago, Orchard, and even he'll do it now too. He feints the entry and he baits a jab or like 1-2,
Hmm.
and then he'll follow up after that.
Yeah, and
Like half of his work is feints.
it's unfortunate because watching it back, it's immediately like if I'm Valentine, I'm feinting that jab so he enters, and then I'm not jabbing him, I'm hooking or uppercutting him.
Yep. But when you're in there with someone pressuring you and you're trying to keep it technical and not
Yeah,
like default to arm
looks good.
punching.
Yeah,
Yep, it is different. But both these fighters extremely technical. Even if you lose in TCL, you look good. It's a win for boxing.
yeah. No, it like this looks great. Like I I think I made the comment as we were like going through this card, but like this feels like watching amateur boxers. It doesn't
Yep,
feel like watching other league fights because you have guys doing the kind of natural um or giving the sort of natural respect that you give in the ring when you're physically there. And that's
yep,
what has been missing the most. Also, that was
and
a
they're
really
both.
good job dodge that Valentin just
Yep,
did.
I was gonna say they're both adapted. So even his guard is low here, but like he ups his guard when he thinks it's close. So
You know.
they're both
Now
adapting while
he's
they're fighting as well.
right there. He just did feints. He did
Yep,
figure that out. It just took him a little bit.
yep. And now Orchard's a little bit of hesitation coming in,
Mhm.
whereas before he would just run in.
Yeah.
When you're the taller fighter, that's kind of what you have to rely on.
Oh yeah. See, I'm getting sucked in. I don't even want to give commentary. I'm just like watching
Yeah.
the fight.
Yeah, well, as soon as they both think they're in range, that they're throwing something or feinting something now at this point. So
Yeah.
they both kind of figured each other out, each other's timings. And I think if we saw a rematch, if they do what they're doing now, I think it would be more of what we saw in the third round, more
Yeah.
competitive.
Yeah. More competitive. Um. So what do you think Valentin needs to do in this situation?
I think he started finding the solution himself towards the. So he started jabbing at. He figured out his own distance range, and he started firing off, and he started feinting more. I think if you start off doing that, I mean, I don't know what the score as far as damage was that last round, but my guess is it was the closest round as far as damage wise, just
Yep.
based on his activity. Uh,
Yeah.
well, the second and third.
Yeah.
So yeah, just more determining his range. His head was kind of in the same spot a lot of the time. So if he moved a little bit more of his head, had kept his guard a little higher. Orchard, on the other hand, was doing a good job feinting coming in and had his hands a little bit lower than when you're fighting someone. Normally, if you're shorter and you're fighting someone taller, like you pointed out earlier, the punches are coming from top down. And so there's always that angle. So usually when you're the shorter fighter, like Pitbull Cruz, you see Dave do it as well. You end up with like a having a higher guard, ends up blocking a lot more.
Yeah.
And some of the times here, like he switches to it, but a lot of the times if Valentin was taking advantage of it, he popping the jab to the forehead
Yeah.
or to the temple, just because the guard was relatively low. But again, Orchard is very good at coming in, and when he comes in, he kind of yep,
Yeah.
um, he kind of makes it harder to work because you're too close. Another thing that's hard to talk about because you don't get to see it in the third person, but we don't know how small the room scale is. So if it's a tiny room scale, that work Orchard's favor. But
Yeah.
if you have a lot, if he has more room, then Valentine gets more room to work and work the jab and whatnot. So there is more limitation in the game than
Yeah, it's
in
not
the
like a
actual
full on
ring.
ring every time you fight,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Like finding like someone with a big room scale who you've never sparred before, it feels like
Yep.
a treat. Like you just want a prize.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I think I pretty much agree with like everything you said. Like my summary would have been Valentine needs to be more active and Orchard needs to be more not defensively responsible, but he needs to utilize his guard more. And that's literally it on my
Yeah.
end.
If Valentine ends up working his distance a little bit better, then I think Orchard could adapt, go more to the body than he did in this fight. But he
Yeah,
wasn't pushed to it, and looking at the damage, that is not that far off. A very competitive
no,
fight, and both were very technical.
yeah, very good start.
Yeah, I'm like you mentioned earlier, like the TCL fights feel like fights. Like I both me fighting in it, the one fight I had, but then also just watching it, I can see what they're thinking. There's actually thought behind the movements, behind the punches. Um, Maybe not all the TCL fights are as technical as they could be, but
What an
the
appropriate
point
time to
is
say
we
that.
have people trying tech, and that is still good, better to see than again some of the other fights where people are
Oh yeah,
just left hook, right hook,
there's
left hook, right hook.
there's a Dave aside. There's a definitive difference.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
Dave has insane footwork. Like you can see it in the live footage
Yeah.
that the people who do the left hook, right hook nonstop don't have, and that's why
Oh yeah.
Dave is Dave, an actual fighter with actual experience, a shorter guy who's fought taller people his whole career. He knows what he needs to do.
Yeah. Dave was like the first like super experienced person I like sparred on the regular for a very long time, and I think it was like our fourth or fifth fight. I said something along the lines of him to like you're the only person on this game that I can't put in the corner because like like ring
Yeah,
control is the one thing I'm good at.
yep. I mean, I wish the in-game footage was better, but
Yeah.
his cam footage of just when we
Hmm.
fought was he's covering the distance of the ring in like a
Yeah.
second.
Well, we'll get to that. We can glaze Dave later.
Yeah.
I wanna talk about Bodhi and Avoid. Avoid is our he's our little UBA mascot.
Mhm.
Um, he has been coming into the Discord. He has no tangible experience to speak of aside from VR. He did just start going to a boxing gym, so
Yep.
kudos to him. Um, but he's been coming into TCL and getting some training. I think he's
Probably the
starting.
most active person
Oh yeah,
sparring for him and Jordan are always sparring people.
yep. He's probably just like the most active person in the Spar channel, to be honest.
Yep, for sure.
Um, like 3 or 4 sparring matches every day. Bodhi has some experience. I think maybe like 1 or 2 years. I can't remember for sure, but
Okay.
both of these guys are very in your face, throw a lot fighters. So from what I remember, this was kind of a slugfest. Not too much, but let's get into it.
Yep, but even for the slugfest it is, I've seen both of them compete in other leagues, and it's even more so.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there at least some effort is being put into being more technical, more.
yeah. I mean, you can see it right off of the bat. I wish I knew how to get this into like a slow mo. But like if you watch, I think it's here. Avoid's gonna bring his head down
Yep.
this way, and then Bodhi I think is gonna try and like shift around like here, and that's something that before they just didn't do. Like yep, you saw the head go down, you saw Bodhi kind of twist and throw a hook. Um, you can see the guard like going up. Like 2 months ago, like fighting Avoid. Um, like even when he's throwing this shot, his hand is down. So I'll wait
Yep.
for a better moment. But like,
Well, 2 months ago, Avoid was couldn't fight him. It was
yeah,
joystick only. So the
yeah.
fact that he took an angle like that, I mean,
But
is already.
also this, like, yeah, he's anticipating the hook, so he's going back into guard. He's pulling his arm back. Didn't do that at all before.
Bodhi jab. Loved jabs game. I don't know if you're gonna pause it and play it back. What I was.
Oh, sorry.
No. What I was gonna say something too. So I don't know if you were gonna make a point.
About the lunging.
Oh, I was gonna make a point that Bodhi was trying to hook pivot.
Yeah.
A good skill if you can get that down properly.
You can
So
see it
that's yeah,
there,
right
like
there.
shift the
Yep.
location. Yep. That's something you don't really see like untrained guys do, like pivoting
Yep.
with the leg. I'm trying to go back to it. You can you can kind of see it here. I really need to figure out a slow mo thing for this, but you can see it there. Um, I'm not trying to pick on a void here, but this is something you see a lot of the guys with like not a lot of experience, and it's something that I'm guilty of too, and I think even you at some point, if you watch like his body here as he's coming forward, he's like lunging into the shot. He's gonna go off balance like right there. You can see his like head
Yep.
dip down, and it's because he like overstepped here, and his legs got too wide, and he's not used to it, so he kind of fell over. Not all the way, but very dangerous position to be in, even
Yep.
in VR boxing, but especially in real boxing, especially with how he keeps his hands like at this level. Um, his face is wide open, and Bodhi here respected the shot, which he kind of should because Avoid has crazy like power.
Yep.
He's got fucking virtual plaster in his gloves, but he backed off. Whereas if he had done maybe let's say the angle hook that he just threw, or the pivot hook, I should say, like he probably could have cracked the void on a weak point and gotten a stun for his trouble.
Yeah.
So if you're watching now, don't do that shit.
Yeah, we're all guilty of having maybe suboptimal footwork in VR just because
Oh yeah.
your punches don't land sometimes when they would in real
hmm
life, and
Yeah,
person's in a
and
different position.
to like Avoid's credit, if he landed with that in VR or in real life, like that's a stunner.
Yep. So something Avoid has, which I think people don't give him enough credit for, is even though he's throwing a lot of hooks, um, he is trying to clean it up, but he actually has decent timing. And
Oh yeah.
I noticed this when I spar him. Um, One of his weaknesses is his timing as well, is because he fights on feints more than a normal, like,
Yeah.
run of the mill VR person doesn't know what a feint is. But he's very good at trying to gauge someone's timing and throw that hook where it needs.
Yeah. That
Uh,
knockdown is like a perfect example of what you're talking
yep.
about. Because Bodhi, he's like on the escape here. He just did maybe like an L step or like a little pivot, and he came around wide. And a lot of guys, they would have thrown at him here or here, and those shots, maybe they would have landed. They probably wouldn't have. With his hands like where they were up high. They were guarding here, but Avoid waits and he sees this punch coming, so he pops down the center line right onto the chin, and he gets the knockdown. He actually
And not,
took an angle himself and made the
yep.
punch miss in the process.
I was the
Sorry, I
same.
cut you off there.
I worked with the Void on showing him how to cut the ring off, and I think that made him more of a menace.
Yeah, that's like one of the skills that he's missing, and it's what a lot of like VR boxers are missing. The ring control.
Yep. Especially in the ring, bigger.
Yep.
But not to take anything from Bodhi. Bodhi is showing a lot of technical skills
hmm
as well. Like he's finding his distance. He's throwing not maybe not the best example there, but he got the knockdown back, which is something in real life.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, uh, form doesn't have to be perfect. Technique doesn't have to be perfect. Anyone who says
yep.
otherwise is just lying to themselves.
I mean, you see some of the professional fighters throw.
Deontay Wilder. Enough
Yep.
said.
But like you can see here, he's trying to gauge his distance. It doesn't look like they have the biggest skill, so maybe
Nope.
not working in Bodhi's favor. But they're both trying to time each other,
hmm
and Bodhi's trying to fight behind the jab. So it's It's what we like to.
Yeah. There, I mean, you can see it like in the way that Bodhi is moving. Even the way Avoid is moving. Like they're respecting each other's punches. They're trying not to get hit.
Yep.
Even when they're slugging it out. Like they're making movements. They're doing. They're dodging like you just saw. Um,
Yeah, and again, another height difference in the fight. So you're going to expect to see Avoid come in faster, throw more hooks. That's kind of just something a shorter fighter does against a taller fighter.
oh yeah. I mean, Avoid
I
is like 5'5", maybe.
Yeah, he's not the he's in that range. Maybe a little taller. Um,
Yeah.
but that's kind of what you expect. I mean, if you go watch any, if they're in the same weight class, any short guy versus tall guy, Pitbull
Yeah.
Cruz, like a perfect example.
Yeah.
High guard, rushes in, lots of hooks. Ooh, good time right there.
Hmm.
And I'm going to keep complaining about it until it's fixed. But I wish what the size of the ring they're fighting.
Yeah. It should be like, oh, good knockdown. We'll go back to that.
Yep.
Like you can see like on the spectator tool, like this line here,
Yep.
this line. There's not a line here for some reason, which makes me mad. It's inconsistent. What the
Yeah.
hell
But does
happened?
that line even mean anything for
Oh no, it
their like?
doesn't mean anything. What a
Oh,
perfect
okay. Yeah.
segue.
Yeah.
Thank you, Galf. I was just about to say, why don't we just make that line the fucking room scale?
There we go. I was going to say, I think that's the shadow for the ring or the belt.
Yeah, I think you
Ropes.
might be right. Um, I'm just like you could
No,
you
no,
could
I agree
have
with
it
you.
like here, and then because you
Yeah.
can control the spectator camera, I usually just leave it on auto. But in that case, I would bring the view so it's like looking top down like that, so you can see like everything, and you can see the actual ring. When you do it now, it just ends up looking wonky because you have no idea what space they're actually in.
Yep.
Uh,
And it's extremely hard to gauge a fight if you don't have size because we could say, oh, Bodhi should be working behind the jab, use his range, and they could be fighting in the smallest scale
yeah, when
possible.
he's like
And
he
it's
takes a
very
step and
hard.
he's on the corner, or he
Yeah.
takes a step and
So
he's on the corner.
you have to
Um,
kind of take what we're saying with a slight grain of salt. Just we don't know the exact conditions of fighting.
yeah, I kind of just assume it's the smallest room scale possible and try and give advice off of that, which is why I'm not
Yeah, that's fair.
telling Bodhi to separate for the jab. Um, but also, NFTG whipped out that instant replay. Pretty
Oh,
sure.
timing.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
the left hand right on the
Bam,
chin. Is that what it is?
bam, bam. Yeah, I need to get him to do that more. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you
Left
can
hand.
see it there, like in those UBA tier hook fests. With all love to UBA, but they know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't see guys like taking that back up or taking those like 2 steps back to find their shot. They just keep throwing.
Yep.
And when a Void does that, he gets the knockdown. When Bodhi doesn't do that, he gets knocked down.
Yeah, and then the moment game. Unfortunately, there's a lot of there's the taking that extra step back isn't always needed. It could be actually rewarded just throwing
Oh
because
yeah.
if you land second or third, like you take 3 punches and you land one, that's better.
Oh
You
yeah,
win the exchange.
for
So
sure.
that's but I think
Um,
that's something that's working on.
it'll get ironed out. Like whenever a counter system comes back, where it'll be like that. And even then, it's kind of just like styles, because like when I throw a ton of fast hooks, I do like no damage because I don't throw very fast, even with like
Yeah, it's
body
also
effort.
kind of just body effort.
Yeah.
But I mean, even there's ways to deal with it
Hmm.
with a lot of movement, whatnot.
Yeah.
And again, like what you see with the void, what for a hook pivot. Uh,
Yeah.
Again, it's multiple hooks, but he's actually
And an
timing and
overhand.
pivoting,
Yeah.
position himself to actually land these. He's not just walking straight forward, left, right, left, right.
Something else I want to comment on. As the fight has gone on, Bodhi has more and more stuck to avoid, like you're seeing now.
Yep,
He's fighting more on the inside. He's not using the jab anymore. He's going for these exchanges, and he's suffering for it. Like he just lost the
yep,
fight for it. But um, this isn't even an experience thing. This is just a fighter thing. If you let the other fighter dictate the pace of the fight, and you fight them where they're at their best, unless you are 1,000% better than them, you're gonna lose every time. Just because you're giving up that control. Like, if I wanted to, like we've sparred before, if I let you dictate the pace of footwork, I can't keep up with you. And then on top of that, you outland me. Like, because you dictate the pace, because you dictate where we're moving, the distance management, etc., etc. Like coming in here, um, he's chasing a void. He's trying to fight on the inside where a void
yep,
has knocked him down twice already. He's throwing, looking for a knockdown or a knockout, um, and avoid. All he has to do is keep doing what he was doing before, and he gets rewarded.
yeah. He's basically just pushing directly
Yeah.
range.
And I mean, you can look at like the Orchard and the Valentin fight as well, and that's kind of the same thing. Like when Valentin was fighting at range and controlling the pace and picking his shots and whatever and fighting his fight, he was doing much better when he was on the inside with Orchard, where Orchard is a bit faster and is throwing like 3-2 or 4-1 or whatever. Like he's losing the fight because he's not fighting his fight.
Yep, and then Valentine again, give him praise. He towards the end started adapting, dictating his range. Where I think Bodhi maybe got a little frustrated trying to go for a knockdown.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, he was down, and that's kind of he was
Yeah.
doing do or die to try to come back and win.
Oh, don't.
So we respect it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say he's wrong for doing that. Um,
Yeah.
but at the same time, if like it was a longer fight or on a
Hmm.
rematch, we'd love to see distance and maybe time Orchard coming in or Fate more to make Orchard throw early
Avoid.
because that's something
Yeah.
sorry, yes,
You're
Ovoid.
good.
That's something he's susceptible to. If you
Oh
feint
yeah.
him, he's trying to time you. So there's a lot of work from both fighters, but that's what the TCL's for. Both looked good. Both have tried to be technical, and if they both try to commit to improving, that they will be better off for it.
Oh, for sure. Um, I will say like I'm 100% just making the observation. If I get knocked down twice and the dude's been beating me up,
Yep.
I'm going out on my shield. I'm I'm doing
Which
the
is
same thing
which
Bodhi
is a
did.
thing that happens in real life.
Yeah.
There we see so much work. I mean, Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, Crawford, like these happen to the top guys. They go out there and they try to win. Sometimes it doesn't work out the best for them, but you have to commend them for trying.
Yeah. Effort is always respected. Okay. What's next? What is next? Not that.
Yeah, I'm excited for this weekend's fights too.
Yeah, I tried to pick like a bunch of new guys that we had not seen before. Okay, this should be pretty good. Um, A little bit of introduction here as well. Mao, I think, has about 2 years of experience. Um, I know Eddie said that he had some experience as well. I don't remember how much, but you can 100% tell, like during this fight.
Yep. Yeah, Mao's one of my favorite spars. We take it slow, but we try to time each other. It feels real when we spar because we're respecting each other's jabs. It's it's a fun spar. It
Hmm.
feels real. Both working behind the jab.
Yeah.
Mao rotating body work, changing levels.
Yeah, he started off his usual slow pace and he picked it up quite a bit just because he noticed that Eddie was like much more active.
Yep. Both have good defense, so their hand placement is where you would expect from someone that's actually has boxing experience.
Hmm. Yeah, they're
They,
keeping it up. They're like snapping their punches back to the shoulder.
yep, and this is something you don't see. Again, we kind of talked about it in the previous fights, but as soon as they're in range, they're doing something.
Yep.
So they're either moving out of range, or they're feinting, or they're jabbing.
Yep.
So as soon as
Mao, oh, go ahead.
yeah, I was you just saw an example. As soon as they both got in range, they both threw.
Yeah. Uh, Mao was working the double jab a lot as well, which
Yep.
maybe not a lot, but he definitely was throwing it, which you don't see at all. Um,
Yeah, he's a jab merchant, which
yeah.
unfortunately in the game the jab doesn't do much other
Hmm.
than get you countered. But we love to see jabs.
Yeah.
I'm also a jab merchant. That's my
Oh, I
favorite.
can. Okay. Yeah, let's go. I figured it out just in time. Yeah. So, like here, um, oh, why did it stop? Having a bit of lag there. Hang on. Let me rewind it just a bit. But yeah, like leading up to this knockdown, um, you can see exactly what you're talking about. Like there's a lot of activity, like feint, he fires. Not sure if that went through or not actually.
It's on the face, but it's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, I can't tell if this is it's showing it like paused on like OBS. I'm gonna it's only doing that with like the reduced speed, but this is like a really good example of how throwing a lot of hooks and throwing hooks while being technical is very different because he throws one over the top to um, he throws one like this direction. Mao pops his hand up after it hits. He throws here, and then Mao goes to kind of guard that direction. And then it almost looks like he's like going to defend the body because he's expecting like a liver shot or something. And then Eddie once again, like he sees that this is open, so he throws a second hook here. Pretty sure
Part of
they
that is
both land like right on the temple, and he goes down.
well, Eddie set that up because he also the first punch he does goes to the lip
Hmm.
top hook. So he's setting the expectation that he's going to change levels.
Yep. Smout drops. He lowers his hand. Looks like he's going for the body. Lowers it again.
Well, yep. Starts with that body shot and
Yep.
then up to the top.
There was what like three feints, four feints. Like
Yep.
even just when you know the other guy is responding the way you're doing, like even just the lowering the hand and like sticking it out without even throwing a punch can get people to react.
Yeah, that's why I love fighting people with experience because they read your feints, you read their feints, and it feels like you're actually sparring. When you're sparring somebody who's just running at you looking, it doesn't feel real.
No, it's really good cardio, but it doesn't feel real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something I don't know. Again, sometimes the tracking isn't putting your hands where they are in game.
Oh, for
So
sure.
Mao's right hand is a little lower sometimes than I think he's probably keeping it. So it's probably right at his chin in real life, and it's like a little lower. So that's something I had to compensate for. Like I only noticed watching in third person, I have to like
Yep.
bring my hand up a little extra.
I definitely keep my hands like instead of at the jaw, like at my cheeks,
Yep.
which is like
Yep.
higher than I would normally keep them.
Yep. You can see it. Like Eddie's testing the distance, Mao's firing the jab, and then he's trying to use his body work to set up where he's going to fire either fainting low or high.
Yeah. Mao's defense was really good there. He was using head movement beautifully, but he doesn't have the activity matched.
Yeah. But I've seen the man work in real life, so I know in real life sparring, his jab is even more respected.
Hmm.
But for the game, TCL is as close to real boxing as you're going to get. They're both respecting each other's work. They're both trying to dictate their own range. And this is a fight where they're both the same size, and we're just looking at timing, painting, and then who can follow up the best. And so this is like a quality fight. That's what you would expect with people with experience.
Oh yeah, for sure. Something that is unfortunate that I think the dev team is gonna get around to fixing like down the line is like the utility of the jab isn't there. Um,
Yep.
so when you throw a lot of jabs, you don't necessarily have that built-in respect. Like people with experience who are giving you the respect of trying to box you will respect your jab, but it doesn't stop people the same way.
Yep.
Um, so in a situation like this, Mao is kind of he's not standing like on the inside, but he's standing at jabbing distance, where he should probably be taking extra distance to compensate for the lack of utility.
Yep. And you can see he does something that like people like they both are doing stuff that experienced people do, but like the way jab he throws his double jab, Mao does is he's like waiting and setting up something else in
Hmm.
a way that doesn't really work well in game.
Yeah.
Throw a hook and you're gonna land.
Yep. It looks like
But
he's doing the thing where like you you put your arm out either to post or you set up like the double jab to like pop someone to get them back or stop their
yep,
advance, but that doesn't like happen here without a stun. Even in like the
yeah,
best of like worlds where you land clean and you land and then they come in after, it's not like 100% the same.
yep. The jab is just kind of free damage if you can land it at range. That's like the biggest use to game.
Yeah. Ooh. It
Oh,
looked
did
like
that
it.
even land?
It looked like it kind of like went through his glove there.
It looked like it went over, but it didn't look like it actually was gonna land.
I think the back end of the glove like brushed
I
over his
see.
temple, which was probably enough for the damage. It's hard to see at this angle.
Oh, it hit. Oh no, that wasn't the one that put him down, right? Because I hit his glove. Sure.
No, that's the one that put him down.
Oh, it hit his glove and hit him. So
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes that happens, and I'm not a fan of that. I've been
I
knocked down from that.
Yeah, I think it's better with soft blocking, but like if Mao was in like punishment there, there's still a chance that it got soft blocked, but it was still enough damage to put him down. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I think if you hit the glove there, it's gonna with that much distance from the head,
Yeah,
you're gonna deflect it, or at
yeah,
least
could be. Could be also spectator delay.
yeah. That's again, we don't see the ring size, but we also don't see so.
Point of views, yeah. Because the spectator like at its worst, it can have up to like almost a 3 second delay. In real time, it can be like half a second of like their bodies are out of position.
Yep. I
Um,
watched back footage of me and spectator, and I'm like, why am I moving so slow?
yeah. So there's also the thing of like spectator slows you down. Eddie looks this fast on his screen. His hand may have gone through the glove.
Yeah, that's fair. So here, Eddie's timing Mao well. Mao is trying to use his jab and lateral movement to stay out of punishment, but Eddie's
Yeah.
able to follow him well
He's taking
over.
not like huge angles, but he's finding the openings, like shifting enough to get his hooks or his other shots in.
Yeah, he's managed the center.
Yeah.
You can, for people who maybe are boxing, having boxing experience, control the center of the ring and the other. You're going to tire them out way more. They have way a bigger area to cover.
Yeah. It kind of ties into what I was saying earlier. Like, don't let someone else dictate the pace of the fight, because like,
Yep,
at least for me, fighting on the back foot and feeling like I'm fighting on the back foot is like twice as exhausting as like leading the pace.
yep, yeah. Part of that was yeah, Eddie was putting on the pressure really well, cutting off the ring. Yeah, see there, he didn't follow directly. If he would have ended up on the basically where their
Hmm.
in-game ring ropes would be,
Yeah.
and instead he cut the corner and was able to land there.
He would
That's not
have
something you see a lot of people do.
he would have ended up like over here instead of like over here where he had that opening. I want to watch that again. Yeah,
To
because
change it. Yeah, so he would have followed him and ended up more right,
hmm
but he ended up
because he yeah
yeah right
he
here. See, cuts to that corner.
yeah, you can even see it like this was pretty sure this was before the stance change in PTC, but like you can see his avatar like twist because he's pivoting into the hook. Like his whole
Yep.
body like turns. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah. What do you think Mao should have done differently there, or for the whole fight?
Yeah, I think part of it is he was doing a good job feinting, especially in the beginning and changing levels. Well, part of it is just kind of a limitation in how well the jab translates to the game. His jabs extremely well. He has great timing on his jab, having sparred him. Um, but seeing as that it doesn't necessarily translate to the same level, you kind of have to mix in more, use the jab to set something else up. And I think he was doing that well. It just kind of came to a difference in volume, timing, compared to Eddie was able to have more volume. They were both very good at cutting angles. And I think that was just kind of deciding. Eddie threw more in the exchanges. They both landed good shots in the exchanges. Eddie was stunned a few times that we went on. But yeah, I would just say he has to kind of mix more hand placement. So if he increases his hands up a little bit higher, so he's not getting hit above or around the guard. Um, and again, more letting fire punching. There's a lot of that, but it ends up just
Kind of cutting in and out for me, Gal.
so try. Yeah, kind of rambled there, but it basically just came down to volume, and if he wasn't going to use volume, he had to use more feints or punching in between punches in order to land, in order to time Eddie better.
Yeah.
But Eddie's fast. and we again the scale was relatively small.
Yeah, I want to be like he needed more distance, but the room scale probably was small. Um, I think I don't.
Yeah, based on their movement.
Yeah, I don't feel like he was doing necessarily like a bad job of it when I say this, but I feel like if he was taking more angles instead of letting Eddie take angles on him, that would have helped out quite a bit.
Yeah, he was on the outside, and Eddie was doing a good job working the center ring.
Hmm.
Um, to his credit, that's not necessarily an easy thing to do,
Oh no.
especially in game, because there's no physicality in being able to put them back.
Yeah.
So you're doing based solely on timing and um, shot potential, like the threat of your punches.
Yeah, it's so much harder like when you can't like shoulder check someone from like going
Yeah, or just
around you.
even pushing them off you with the jab. Like that,
Yeah.
the biggest thing a jab would be like if the jab had the same effect in real life, there would be no expense. Like it's
Hmm.
the jab is the solution. Bam, the 1-2. Like no one's getting close enough. Throw these hooks that you can pretty much out with
Yeah.
the a good jab cross.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to add. I agree with everything you said. Moving
But
on.
fight again, both technical.
Yeah, super good. Big fan. Moving on though to our next fight, we had Tomato and Ocean White. I don't remember who Ocean White is. Let me double check, but that's not their like actual name. I know that much. Pretty sure Tomato filled for this fight as well.
Oh,
Or no, because it was supposed to be.
oh, this,
Oh, that's Chungus. I remember now. Yeah. Chungus has some experience. I don't remember exactly how much. I don't think Tomato has any going into this. Um, I do remember. You can kind of see it like right off of the bat. This was more of a slugfest fight.
yep.
Um,
Again, we don't expect perfect right out the. This is kind of a place where we want people's boxing skills from a technical standpoint to grow.
yeah, and I mean, to Tomato's credit, I think this is like his third. Or, let me rephrase. I think this is his first match ever fighting directly on room scale.
Yeah.
Um, and you can kind of see him being a bit awkward with it, which is to be expected. But
Mhm.
like to his credit, um, without boxing experience, like he's really good at the game.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
Zombie, this is from TCL, the Clean League. Um, if you pop into next time I do this, I will put the Discord link like in the little description. But if you go to like our main YouTube page, you can find the link to our Discord. Or maybe Jester will be a candy pimp and give you the link.
yeah,
Sorry, I
I
didn't
mean,
mean to
there's
overtalk.
things that people who do get good at the game outside of like gamifying, the people who get good who try boxing, there's things that they pick up that are real boxing, like as far as timing, cutting off the rope or cutting off the ring, and um, countering that people do in real life. Um, let me my
Oh, Zombie, we're reviewing footage. These aren't
maybe a
live
lower.
fights. Oh, heck, could be. Yeah, like
Hmm.
see.
Okay. It might be my Discord setting, so hopefully that fixing my sensitivity helped with my mic cutting in and out.
Yeah, you do sound a little more consistent.
Okay. But yeah, see right there, something Tomato was good at. His timing is good. So
Hmm.
as Ocean White was trying to come in, he timed it with the 1-2. So,
Yeah, I think the best thing. Ooh,
ooh, that was a nice.
yeah, that was a good big shot. Um, yeah, I think the game like is probably one of the best tools for timing that
Yep.
exists. Like even compared to like more classical training, it's also really good at getting you used to just like hands being in your face if you don't
Yep.
have that naturally. Like I used to have the problem where like I would flinch because that bad childhood. Um, like
Yep.
if stuff gets too close to my face, I like get on edge.
Hmm.
After God knows how many rounds of this, just doesn't happen anymore.
Yep. That I had that similar, but with actual like in the ring boxing.
Yeah,
I got to a point where the getting hit wasn't an issue anymore, which was not a good thing if you're in the ring. You wanna fear punches to an
yeah,
extent, um, but
yeah,
yeah. So this is a high volume fight. They're both trying to be defensively sound and time each other. Both doing short range hooks. Something Tomato could be doing a little bit better since he's the taller fighter is kind of dictating the range by jabbing and keeping his distance. But he's again new to room skill, so like here he could have been 1-2. There's a lot of timing where he has the time to throw that like he did there.
yeah,
So one of the downsides of hooks being so strong is people only think they're in range if they're in hooking range. So not enough straight punches are being thrown in the
yeah,
game as a whole, not necessarily despite.
yeah. I mean, Tomato
Ooh, that was
does.
nice.
Yeah, Tomato does do like a lot of straight punches, and I think that's kind of the. This is just the same thing that I was talking about, like the other two fights. Like Chungus is fighting Tomato's fight.
Yep.
He like you said, he probably feels like he has to get close to throw hooks or like work the inside, but he's just kind of standing there and letting him hit him.
Yep.
And then when he starts doing his own thing, instead of looking for like a hook, like head movement or moving around, he does much better.
Yep. And he's doing good work in what he's trying to do. So he's going to the body, going to the head, he's changing levels, mixing it up. But like you said, he kind of does that and then stays there. And the thing you have to do in game, because there's your punches don't have force, is you have to spin out or you have to then defend. You can't just stay.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I feel like just staying and not moving is usually not the best thing to do in real life
Yep.
too. But
Yep.
it's amplified here because again, you're missing that physicality of it. You can't like
Yep.
push or move or like collide. Like
Yeah, you don't really get you either block, soft block. There's like no real smothering of punches. Like if you're really
yeah,
close, at least not yet.
you it's pretty difficult to do. It you can't do it by like pushing your body into them. You have to like
Yeah,
move your hands out. So you can. That was a good knockdown.
yeah. He just stood in Tomato's range.
Hmm. Yeah, Tomato was throwing a lot of shots there, but like he was changing the positioning a little bit and switching from side to side. Not quite classic hook spam. Just
Yeah, and then Ocean or Chungus does have the opportunity to move out.
hmm.
When you're fighting somebody with Tomato's power, you kind of have to, even if you're a great boxer, you have to like make the adjustment and
Yep.
move more That's something that took me the longest time. Oh, great. That was a nice combo there. It took me a long time to adjust to. Was like throw your punches and then you have to spin out. You can't just like expect, yeah, moving them back or your
Yeah,
pressure just to do anything.
yeah.
You have to overcompensate for what you would do in real life. Ooh, that was good timing. He went to the body and then came up top and landed right on the chin. So he's doing good stuff, but then he will then stand in range after he does it. So right now he should be pivoting or turning tomato.
Yeah, Tomato is very susceptible to lots of hard angles and pivoting,
Yep.
just because he's not used to it.
And he's also throwing with a lot of actual effort in, and so if you can make him miss like there and then
Yeah,
hit him with a 1-2 after, that's kind of free damage, punching in between his punches.
yeah.
That's how he got the
He's
knockdown in the first place.
he he keeps finding like exactly what to do, and then he's not consistently doing it.
Yeah.
He just goes back to like sitting there and trading with him.
Yep. Like right there.
Yeah.
He's standing in range. One thing that you need to do more so, especially if you're going against a power puncher, is you have to dictate the range, feint coming in, make them think. And then if they throw or they bite on your feint, that's the time for you to do something. But just standing there hoping that your guard is going to block like a bomb is
Yeah.
not going to work all the time with
I
game.
Defense is footwork, head movement,
Yes.
distance, and then it's your guard.
Yeah. In real life, I'm a guard first type of fighter, but in game, I have to move a lot.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong, me too. Like I am 100% just uh I try and smother more than anything. I feel
Yep.
like get up close and just push. Um but yeah, like here you need to respect distance and angles and take appropriate levels of maneuverability around people. You can't just like stand there. Standing still, as much as I do it, which I really shouldn't, is never the move.
Yeah.
Pun
I
intended.
think that was Chungus, right? Was the, I guess, the not tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he had bouts of success, but like we've already kind of harped on, just moving out after he does his work on the inside is
Ooh.
his biggest weakness. Is just staying there. If he did a lot of level changes, a lot of going to the body, to the head, a lot of good technical stuff, but then kind of was trying to block tomato and try to punch in between after blocking, but he, blocking isn't the best. Also, he's taller and is able to get around your guard a little bit more, so you kind of have to compensate by moving.
Yeah.
I'm fighting both of these people this weekend, so I get to study tape.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're welcome. You want to take like a 2 to 3 minute break, real quick?
Sure. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back whenever you're ready.
I'm entering the Matrix.
I'll enter with you. Red pill it is.
Okay. Um, I think honestly we can go over this and call this a finished clean cast after, and then next time we can work through some more stuff. But
Okay.
uh, I don't know why I ever
Well,
expected us not to like take extra time and ramble through all of these fights. I should have known. But yeah,
yep.
um, Maki and Pester, both probably two of the best like VR boxers. Neither of them guys with
You're
like
echoing a
any.
bit.
I'm echoing. What
Do you
about
hear it,
now?
or is it just me?
Well, I don't hear myself. Do you have the YouTube open?
Oh, maybe that's it. Oh, I did, lol. I accidentally clicked it.
Yeah,
That would be the delay.
that
Okay.
would be. Yep. Okay. What was I? Yeah, both of these guys probably some of the best VR boxers. Neither of them, as far as I know, have any significant IRL experience, but they're both really fucking good.
Yep. I've sparred Pastor more than Maki. I think I've sparred Maki just the one time, but he's fast. Pastor has some. He has like an awkwardness about him that's not in a bad way. He can punch where you would think somebody would be off balance and
Yeah.
still be able to follow up.
Um, I don't mean this as a dig against Pester, but I think he does just throw off balance sometimes.
Which is a
Which,
skill in of itself.
yeah, like no hate. It's something you see like actual fighters do. Like,
I mean, you'll see me. I've shared some of my old fights. Something I would do would be like I would lean a lot and like to a point where I'm off balance, but then use the other person to like balance me.
yeah,
It's yeah, not uncommon, especially in amateurs.
yeah. There's definitely a skill to it. Same page. Um, this starts out pretty like tradey.
Yep.
And they maintain that for most of the fight. There's very much a like give and take going on here. Um, and a lot of like small adjustments where if you pay attention, they don't really do the same thing twice aside from Maki's left pivot hook. That's like the only super
Yeah,
consistent thing he throws throughout the fight.
something Maki's very good at that I've mainly noticed from this fight and then his most recent fight, I think, is he's very good at knowing his range and throwing when he's within range. He's not waiting to get extra close to throw a short hook. He's like here, he just threw it. He's not wasting the distance. Whereas Pester is maybe not knowing his distance as well. And so there's times where he lets Maki get in range where Pester has the reach advantage. At least it
Yeah.
looks like it.
I
So
I think Maki is very um he's kind of quicker than you realize because he doesn't
with that build,
move.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like the Randy Ruiz. He's got fast hands.
Yeah. I mean, the thing though is like he stands kind of stationary at distance, but then when he's finally moving in, he just goes
Yep.
full on the gas pedal. It's kind of deceptive.
I've got a full on plan ready for it in action. Oh,
Well,
but
don't
yeah,
say
you
it
see a
here.
lot of this. No, I wouldn't. I'll save it for tomorrow when I lose. But yeah, no, he's not only knowing his range, he's also making it the other person guess. So he does a lot of body movement
Yeah.
where the other person is trying to read, is he going to the body or is he going to the head? So he switches levels a lot and he's making the other person guess.
Yeah, he very much like it's he does that a lot both when he's throwing seriously and when he's throwing light. Um but for someone like Pester who kind of relies a lot on counters, it's a very bad thing because he never really knows when Maki's committing and when he's not.
Yep. But Pester is also very good at, like, again, throwing kind of off balance or in a way you think he wouldn't. So even earlier in the round, maybe like 20 seconds ago, he stepped to the side and then threw a right around the guard. He's very sneaky about landing some of those punches.
Yeah, he just threw like two of them.
Yep.
It it almost looks like via his avatar. Obviously, I can't see him, but it looks like he's like popping his shoulder up and like twisting down.
Oh, that was a
Which, yeah,
nice right to the chin. Is that? Oh, so yeah, there was probably punishment from that exchange, and then
yeah.
there. Yep.
I'm gonna here. Let's slow that down a little bit. Yep, that's like four punches at land. Pester he overcommits. Maki is smart enough to like not pop in, and he just picks his
Mm-hmm.
shots, builds up. It's like 9 hits. He lands on the jaw. Really good knockdown. Really good
Yep.
exchange.
And then again, that level change to draw Pester's guard down
Yeah,
to get to land the straight to the chin. That's good work.
yeah. I think that's something Pester should have tried to do more is use his reach. Um, it's not that I feel like he didn't do it at all, but I feel like he did get kind of sucked into trading with Maki.
Yeah, and something because he's a counter first
Hmm.
fighter. If you make him come on the front foot, he's not as confident in what he can do.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times he waits for you to come in, and it works for him because he lands good counters
Oh yeah.
based on positioning. But with certain fighters, like if I spar him without committing and I just throw from range, he has a hard time adjusting sometimes.
Yeah. I.
Whereas Maki is very good at moving.
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, I just think it's like a tool that he needs to put into his toolbox because
Yep.
when he gets on the front foot, he can back off after he's established that he's on the front foot, let someone think they're taking the pace, and then go for the counter.
Yep. He's doing a little bit of that now, actually.
Yeah.
I think he has Maki against their version of the ropes
Yeah.
and is working from there.
Hmm.
And he's having some success doing it.
Yeah. Clinch there kind of saves Maki. Not a bad one though.
Mhm.
Good feint there. He got a stun for it.
Something I will say I think Pester maybe overcommits to his feints a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
Where if he were to make him a little bit more subtle, I think
Yeah.
people would bite on them more, or he would be in a position to land after.
Yeah.
Oh, right at the bell.
Yeah, no, you're right. Sometimes I think like the overcommitting can be a feint of it in of itself.
Yeah,
Um, but
it works more as a mind game, like
yeah,
the overcommitting. It's like, is he faint?
yeah. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't want to get into like a feint war with Maki. Um, I'd rather just.
That's my plan tomorrow, man. I'm
Good
just
luck.
kidding.
Yeah. Um, but I bring that up because he does a lot of feints. He works in a lot of those, even if they're not feints, like the small shots to set up the big shots. He's really, really good at that. Um,
Yeah,
and
he's got some short pivots that also
yeah,
help.
yeah, he does a lot of those. It like for me, I'm not really a volume puncher. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but for like Pester either, he's not really like a volume fighter. And when you start getting into that feint war, you kind of open up. Now you're having to throw more and throw more and throw more, and I don't think either Pester nor I have the hand speed to keep up with
Yep.
Maki in that situation. Here, though, on the inside, when he's working in the movement and he's timing his shots well, he's finding good success.
Yep. And again, we mentioned it earlier that when he's on the front foot, he's doing the best. When
Hmm.
he's dictating his own range, he's doing the best. So
Yeah.
it something he can work on is firing when he's in range. Oh, well, he had him in punishment and then got caught.
Yeah. Something he's doing really good here is he's setting up a shot, coming in, smothering his inside work. But yeah, there he just dropped his hands and Maki got in. I think in this fight, Maki popped into the chat after this round and was like, I was stunned. I just threw.
I
I
didn't see
didn't.
that
Like,
before.
yeah. I might be misremembering the fight, but I know for sure he said that at one point and he got a knockdown from it. Yeah, yeah, it was this because that's what he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
trying to mime.
that was
Yeah,
his gesture. Yeah.
jester for the pester.
Ooh, right there. He's got that fast, short jab.
Yeah, I think he times it pretty well with his like step in. And
Oh, there we
yeah,
go.
Pester just came out and threw. I. It's kind of what I'm talking about earlier. Like if you make the like hard push feel like almost random, like people almost never, even when they have experience or don't. Um, Maybe not almost never, but they have a hard time reacting to it. But you have to do what he's doing and like go offside, take the angle, shift around, go offside, take the angle, level change. And now here, Maki is expecting it more, so he's able to stay in front of him.
Mhm. Yeah, something Maki. Well, there he didn't. That was good work. He moved out of range
Yeah,
better. He's also when Pesters pushes, he kind of stays in range longer than he needs to.
yeah.
And he ends up getting caught like there.
Mm-hmm. Because
Whereas if he
he's
just kind of takes the angle first and then tries to punch, then he's gonna have a free
yeah.
position to throw.
I think that's
Especially since
actually
Pester
go ahead.
doesn't put his hands back up after he throws.
Yeah, and in these situations where he's like trying to push, no, he doesn't. Um, I think that's actually what is like making him kind of stay too close, though. He's like looking for the shot, but he's not thinking about separating.
Yep. Yeah. See right
Yeah,
here, he shouldn't be sitting. He should just be moving.
yeah. He hit
I
that.
mean, it's easy to say, but yeah, he should be.
He hit that point where he's like, ah, crap, I don't know where to go. What do I do? Oop, and then he's knocked down.
Yeah, he also could just be stunned and not being able to see
Yeah,
anything.
he definitely got stunned there and blinded.
I swear
Um,
the stun sometimes makes my game turn 180. I'm like, where the hell am I?
I do
You've
think,
sparred both of them, right?
yeah, I
Okay.
sparred Maki more, I think,
Yeah.
but yeah, they both beat me up. I'm too old and slow to hang with these guys, man.
I wouldn't say you're slow at all. At least your feet aren't.
My hands are. I got pillow hands and they're slow. Um,
Yeah, I also have pillows.
that's okay.
Yeah, so we mentioned it in the early rounds, and Pesser's kind of adapting, but not in a way that I would
Yeah,
necessarily want him to. He's dictating the range a little bit more, but not dictating his optimal range.
yeah,
He's kind of shortening himself. That's something tall fighters will do. Is instead of fighting behind like the jab
yeah.
or the cross,
Like
they'll go into a hook war like he just did there,
yeah, like right
and you're
there.
gonna.
He's standing too close, and Maki is he's more
Yep,
comfortable at that distance.
yep,
Yeah. And to Maki's credit, I think that's actually like his best trait. Is that he's incredibly adaptable. He makes like little adjustments very, very quickly, like much more quickly than most guys. Um, like right there when they came in, he threw that same overhand. It got stuffed. He throws it again there because he knows that it's working. Now he's throwing different shots, finding openings.
yep. And Pesser's doing good on timing,
Hmm.
so he's landing. He's throwing in between Maki's punches well. He's not always
Yeah,
landing, but when he does land, it's a big shot.
yeah. And I don't know if it's here, but it's definitely coming soon. Like he stops throwing that overhand because it stopped working,
Oh, I see.
and then he goes down
Oh, I
there.
see.
But like I want to say it was like maybe this exchange or this exchange. He throw. Oh well, when he
Not
went
this
down.
one.
But like a good like 15 seconds, like two exchanges before he threw. I counted four, and then he stopped. It might have been five, but like if something isn't working, he doesn't keep trying to force it. He tries something else. Like he
Yeah,
switched from throwing that overhand to throwing like a straight. Oh no, he threw it there. But now he's using it more as like a setup instead of like as the final shot. You know what I mean?
yep. And he's doing a lot of feinting. I think Pester's doing more to even the fight here and adapting more later in the fight than Maki is a little bit. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know if that's the timing that Pester's just like getting his timing down a little bit better, like there.
Yeah.
Um, so had this been a 12 round fight, who knows how what the result would be, but
Yeah. At the time, because this fight ended up a draw, I was a little surprised it ended up a draw. I thought that it was gonna be like very narrowly um, in the favor of like one of these guys. I
yeah,
expected somebody to win, but like watching it back now, it really does feel like a draw.
yep.
And I think even when we were watching it, I was like, this is fucking close the entire time.
Yeah, I think Pester's adapting. I mean, I think there's things he could be doing better, but
Yeah.
he's definitely adapting to the timing. He's blocking more and then punching in between punches.
Yeah,
I think
he
if he did more to dictate range, he would be even better off. But yeah, sorry, good.
no, I was just gonna say like he got more comfortable like in that short to medium. He
Mhm.
just didn't switch out to like the long range stuff. which I think is where he would have had the most success. I agree, but
Yeah.
I mean, if
If he,
it
if
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
well, I mean, I think if he had some of that long range in his arsenal, he would have squeaked away a win.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
because, like, yeah, you can see Maki's actually dictating the long range with the straight punches,
Yep.
and Pester's kind of either firing after he blocks or
Yeah.
after changing an angle.
I don't think he has, because I don't think I've seen it, and I don't remember seeing it before. At that kind of longer range, I don't think he has something to get through a high guard because he only has like the jab or the 1-2.
Yeah, then that's just an issue of feet.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta move to get into a position.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's the only way I can get in range of certain fighter like Tyborg
mhm,
or Jordan or like some of these like taller people.
yeah.
Um, DJ, like I have to use my feet to get in range, and sometimes at risk of getting stunned. But
Yeah, but like moving it back a bit when they go like more to the longer range here, like he's very he does a little sidestep, but it's not enough to actually create an angle.
yeah,
And then he ends up getting pushed, and Maki outpaces him, and he goes down.
yeah, and then Maki's also doing again, like you mentioned, the high guard, but
Yeah.
the high guard works great, especially if you're the shorter fighter against a
Yep.
taller fighter. And this is like the perfect example of that
Yeah.
because his punches are coming angled directly downwards, and having the high guard, you're going to intercept that.
Yeah. He also works in like the like almost a Philly shell here and there. Um, yeah. Somebody in the chat going, it might be a draw if he survives. Never mind, he just went down. Um, I think he gets a knockback back. But like, yeah, at this point, I think Maki gassed a little, to be honest. Um, Not that he like stopped throwing, but I feel like part of it is
The
Pester's timing
speed.
him, and part of it is he's not like getting away as much as he could be.
Yeah, his footwork is a little. He's not taking as extreme of an angle.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think it is maybe a factor of being tired. I think he when I saw his Terrence fight, I think he also kind of gassed a little.
yeah. I mean, 5 rounds at this pace is kind of the equivalent of like a 7 or 8 round fight. Like they're throwing like the entire time.
Yeah, just having the back and forth pressure is going to do that
Yeah.
to you.
Yep.
Even more than the throwing, just the pressure.
Hmm. Especially like the mental game of like being in a
Oh,
fight where you're trading knockdowns this much. You don't ever feel like you can get that little bit of rest in or recover.
yeah, you never feel safe, so you have
Yeah.
to either move more or you have to like be extra careful. Oh, that was the end of the round. Okay.
Yeah. I do think like as we go through TCL, Maki, if he keeps growing, will either end up fighting for the first belt. And I definitely think like Jester is gonna sit somewhere like top 4 to 5. If he makes
That's it.
some big adjustments though, like that this fight was a draw, was so close, like he can come back in another match and
Having a hard train jester.
yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
snatch that possible belt away.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think him, Tyborg, um, yeah, there's a lot of people that could, based on styles,
oh yeah,
take the belt because the I always find it interesting when I like well look at the sparring chat, or like when people say like, "Oh, they lost to this person or beat that person," it's like,
Mm.
well, I struggled to you, and I beat this person super easily. Like even in game, styles make fights.
Yeah.
So Hello World can come in, DJ. Um, there's a lot of people that can come in and win, and the belt can just be changing hands nonstop based
Yeah,
on
I feel like it's gonna be like that because we're gonna hit that point of where it's like you have those two guys, they're the first ones to hit that. I think I'm gonna cap it at like 2000 elo or like
yeah.
1900 elo. Um,
I think who has two wins right now? Just Tyborg and like maybe one or Orchard,
Tyborg and
maybe.
Orchard, if I remember correctly. But like right now, top five guys that I can see ending up there are Tyborg, Orchard, Pester, Maki, you. Dave
Well,
if he's consistent.
I get the what is the belt Lomachenko got? I
I
can't.
don't remember.
I don't get to. I don't lose it, and I don't. I get to fight whoever I want. The franchise belt.
The
No, I'm
fake
just kidding.
belt?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No
No,
franchise
yeah,
belts. One division. Figured out.
yeah. As we grow, I think having like height differences or whatever we want to establish as the
Uh,
rule would make sense, but
I
not
have
yet.
an idea of how I want to change that up. Um, or like how I want to split the divisions. I haven't been super direct about it, but I have been doing some like no major height differences. I try not to when picking
Yeah,
fights, but I'm both of the opinion that dealing with a height advantage is or disadvantage is just a skill.
yeah.
Um,
To an extent, yeah.
to an extent, yeah.
I think there's a few factors that also play a role, like ping and ring size,
Yeah,
but
ping and
even then, it is a skill.
ping and ring size are like more important factors to me as somebody who's like choosing fights
Yeah, location and
than
whatnot.
yeah than like height. Because for me, like when I was sparring or training or doing whatever, I usually sat around like 195, 190. Um, and the guys that you encounter at that weight are very, very tall. They're not like
Yeah.
5'8" like I am, or like 5'7" around there. Um, like I remember like one time I was supposed to be like body sparring, and every punch this dude threw was at my face because I was like half the size of him. And of course, like I finally got tired of him hitting me in the face when he wasn't supposed to, so I like popped up with an overhand and I hit him in the head, and I got yelled at like instantly. But um, I digress. Like I I have some bias towards it, is what I'm saying. Of like it's something that you should be capable to handle to an extent.
Yeah. There's also like just some of these super short monsters with like super fast hands that get 100% body effort on every punch
Hmm.
are kind of hard to deal with, but we'll kind of maybe take things case by case and
Yeah,
fight by
case by
fight.
case. Case by case is always the way. We haven't had that problem yet, thankfully. Um, I think as we keep growing, we'll kind of encounter it, but
Well,
I
and then
will.
enforcing the rules on clean
Yeah,
fighting will kind of
yeah.
just negate some of this.
Some of it, not all of it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I have a workaround for that. I think we'll see, but I'm
Sure.
telling you right now, I have plans that I cannot share with you because the haters will sabotage me. But
Just
yeah,
don't share them with me on stream.
not on stream. Uh, but yeah, I think that's it. I think that's a good stopping point. We covered most of the fight. Next time we do this, we can hit the two on cam fights, including yours, and then do like the prelims for TCL2. I
Sure.
think that'll be a good show. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think we had some good The inaugural TCL card was really good. Like we had people fighting very technically, and then we had people that were trying to fight more technically that otherwise wouldn't if they were fighting in another league. So I think we are
Yeah.
doing good.
My first response was, how the fuck am I gonna make the next card be as good as this?
Yeah.
Um, and then it was. So
Yep. As long as people keep committing to being clean
yeah.
and we keep getting people that have, I mean, I think we're growing, right? And the number of people that have experience are also
I
growing.
said like I think we're gonna hit a wall at 150, and then a week later we're at like 198. So
Yeah, we'll see how that
yeah,
grows and as we do more content and whatnot.
yeah, it'll definitely keep going. But I'm gonna I'm gonna close this off now because I will keep rambling and answering your questions if you keep talking to me. I
All right,
hope
I'll
you
stop.
have a wonderful night, and thank you for helping me with this.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.